Hello loves, welcome back to yet another video. This one is how to make an A-line skirt. Pretty excited because it's super easy. It's meant for kind of like, not beginner, but kind of advanced. Anyways, don't forget to follow me on social media, on my Instagram and my Snapchat where I usually post things. Yeah, so here we're gonna start off by having one piece of fabric folded in half. And you want it folded the long way, kind of like how you buy it when you're in the store. Unfortunately, here I realized halfway that I was working on the good side, so apologize about that. But anyways, you're gonna mark 26 inches high. That's how high I wanted it. 25 going across. 26 inches high again, and then your waist, it depends on how much you measure your waist. How I measured the top was my waist measurement was just 29 plus 4, and then I also added 1 inch because of the 0.5 for the seam allowance, 0.5 for the other side of the seam allowance. I like ½ inch seam allowances just because it allows me to adjust it in future so I don't have to make a whole other skirt. So now that I've marked all my pieces, I'm just drawing in. As you can tell, it's not perfect. This is what happens when you don't use patterns. You kind of waste more time if anything. So I'm gonna go back and redraw that line. Here's just a straight line, and you're kind of seeing the formation of the skirt. Now if you imagine it cut and then in a full length, you'll see without a fold in the middle, you can kind of see how like the front of the skirt will look. Because I wanted pleats, obviously the measurements are a lot bigger, so if you are measuring, keep in mind to, you know, whether you want pleats or not. I did mark X's where I don't want to cut. Be very mindful of that as well. And I'm assuming if you're not a beginner, you'll know kind of this step. If you are, thumbs up if you'd rather patterns. I don't mind making them and kind of putting them online for you guys. I'm going to be launching my blog by the end of this month, so it'll be far more descriptive than just these videos. These videos are just if you kind of have an idea and you kind of want to see more formal put together. That's what these videos are for. Yeah, so I'm just cutting with fabric scissors along. Keep in mind, don't cut where you X, cut where you redrawed. I know I'm drawing on the right side. I meant to flip it inside out, but I totally forgot. I was just in such a good mood, high off life, I just forgot. So, but when I sew it, you don't end up seeing this, so it's okay for this time, but like it's obviously not recommended to draw on the good side of the fabric. That's the side you want people to see, obviously. So yeah, I'm just going ahead and cutting again all the pieces as necessary, and at the end of this you're just going to repeat the same steps. You don't have to redraw like this. You're going to place it right over another folded fabric piece, so you're going to have two pieces of the exact same thing. So I'm just cutting with laying one piece over the other. You can pin if you'd like. It was just kind of heavier fabric, so it wasn't really shifting anywhere. It did shift slightly, but it's not like that big of a deal. Obviously I'm not making this to sell to anyone, it's just for myself because I have already like 3 of these skirts. I just wanted a blue color. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut again, and then now you have your 2 pieces, which are done. And that's really the hardest part. I don't like cutting. I don't mind doing everything else, but cutting, oh lord. Anyways, you want to do the waistband part, and you're gonna cut 2.5 inches high, and then you're gonna cut your waist measurement across. But you're going to add 1 inch because you want to have ½ inch on one side and ½ inch on the other side to sew the waistband closed. So yeah, my waist is 29 inches, so I cut 30 inches. But yeah, it's up to you what you really want to cut for yourself. So at this point, you're going to pin your pleats into place. This is just the front half piece of the skirt. You're going to pin, I pinned 8 inches across and then 4 on the back. Depends on how wide your waist is for the front and how wide the back is, because you want it to equal half and half. Here, it's the exact same as the front step, except I cut it in half in order to put space for a zipper, because you want to obviously be able to zip your skirt. So you're going to go ahead and sew. The very first step you need to do is make sure you base stitch those pleats, because you want to make sure they don't shift. So I base stitched it, that's the back area, and the front you'll see the 8-inch pleat in the front, and right behind those will be half of it's the 4 inches, half of it's the other 4 inches, just so it's not very confusing. So obviously I did the zipper as well in the back when you just saw. So here I just rolled ½ inch and ½ inch again for the hem at the bottom, and here you can see the somewhat invisible zipper and also the hook and eyes just to secure the top of the skirt. And yeah, here you can see the zipper inside out. I didn't have a serger, so I just stitched it. Obviously with a serger you don't have all these little fuzzies. But yeah, that's pretty much the finished look of it. This is what the skirt looks like in the back. And yeah, it was pretty quick and easy. For more further details and more detailed instructions, check out my blog. Thanks, loves.